Okay, Chris, I want to share with you something very special here.
Okay.
Tell me, do you remember your time at school?
I do indeed, yes.
Do you remember your favourite subjects?
Yeah, vaguely.
What were they out of interest?
I liked psychology.
Psychology. And any other interesting subjects?
Design.
Design,
Yeah.
metalwork, woodwork,
Yeah,
so forth?
that type
Okay.
of thing, design technology.
Interesting. Technology. You know, it's funny I asked that question because it's just triggered a thought. There's a very thin line between technology and magic, science and magic.
Okay.
And I think it was Arthur C. Clarke. I know I've said this phrase before, actually, that any sufficiently advanced technology is almost indistinguishable from magic. What I'm going to share with you now is a very interesting process which combines a little bit of the magic of science. I have here a collection of rather interesting items. Do you know what this is?
It's a steel ball bearing.
And you notice I've got some ball bearings of different sizes.
Yeah.
And also what appears to be a marble.
Yes.
However, did you know that marbles contain a very interesting component, an inorganic filter, often referred to as a milkstone?
Right, okay, no, I didn't know that.
Right. This will make sense in a little while. I'm going to pop these down here just for a second. And I also have in my pocket another form of metal. Would you like to hold these for me? Just describe for the viewer what we have here.
They are old English pennies.
And English pennies are made from?
Copper.
Now, I'm sure you'll agree copper is comparatively soft compared to the hardness of cold steel.
Absolutely.
Now, when I was at school, I was very interested in metallurgy.
Right.
I think it's the study of metals and how they affect each other, especially when heat is applied. So we're going to try a little experiment now.
Okay.
So for the benefit of our viewer, can you just count the coins out loud, singularly, onto my hand, one at a time?
Of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 copper coins.
Yeah.
And can you take the largest ball bearing and place it on the palm of my hand for me?
Sure.
Okay. So when I close my hand into a tight fist, we now have in the hand
10 copper coins and a large steel ball bearing.
10 copper coins and a large steel bearing. Now watch very closely because I'm going to add, actually, why don't you pop this one on top for me?
Sure.
All right, we're just going to make a very neat little tight bundle of various items in my hand. So we'd have two ball bearings plus the 10 coins.
Yep.
Can you pick up the remaining 2 balls for me?
Yeah.
Just hand them to me one at a time. This one's slightly larger. And we're completing a very tight bundle here. And that last one goes on top as well.
Okay.
Now we need the milkstone to add a little bit of variety. It's almost like a magical ingredient here.
It is, yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Splendid. Can you hand me the glass filter there?
This here?
Yeah. Actually, it's the lens from a pair of sunglasses. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And that goes on top right there.
Okay.
So far, so good?
Yeah.
Tell me, can you see through that?
Just. Very, just.
Do you know why you can just see through it?
Why is that?
Because people think it's transparent, when in actual fact, it's translucent. Now, do me a favor, you see the little box there? Can you open it up and take out for me one of the little pellets there? Just pop it on top for us and just light one of these matches for me. So, you can remember we've got some ball bearings, the milkstone, and also
10 coins.
the 10 copper coins. Perfect.
Okay.
Now, the heat filter is there for a very special reason. I'll just take that from you. Thank you. It functions in exactly the same way that the filter on a space rocket on re-entry into Earth, because if it wasn't there, everything would just flare up and blow into smoke, basically. Watch. And if the filter wasn't there, you can only imagine what would happen to my hand.
Yeah.
But it's the combination of the cold hardness of steel, the milkstone, and the 10 coins that produces a rather interesting result. So we've got the heat filter. Do you remember the ball bearings? How many were there?
4.
4 of them. Do you remember we had the big one?
Yeah.
That's for you. We had the 3 smaller ones. And the other little ball was the milkstone,
Yeah.
if you remember. And do you remember how many coins we had there?
10.
10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Jesus.
9, 10.
What?
There's a thin
What's
line
going on there?
between science and magic.
That's fantastic. That's great.